And then speaking of cost optimization, I think a lot of people know AWS for its services, know AWS for its infrastructure. They don't know AWS as a partner in helping them build. And that's one of the surprising things that you learn as you work in this ecosystem is that AWS loves to fund their customers to try net new ideas, to try net new services across the gamut. So whether you're startup, SMB, enterprise. And I just want to touch on three of those. So when you work with a partner like Zeb, a premier tier partner, and a generative AI competency partner, of which I think there's only like 20 or so in the world, Zeb being one of them, it unlocks the ability to essentially get funding on your behalf. We make the business case for you. We interface with AWS for you. We claim the funds for you. We make the process as streamlined as possible. All we really have to do is define a use case. And so if you're at the ideation phase where you're looking at a proof of concept using these technologies, we can get up to $25,000 to fund that proof of concept, regardless of the sector you're in. If you're a startup, things get a little more lucrative for you. I don't know how many of you on the call are in a startup, but in the startup world, off the jump, we can get a complimentary AI ML Pathfinder assessment, and we'll link this at the end of the presentation. We can actually get this complimentary for most people. It's just really easy if you're a startup. AWS really likes to invest in their startup ecosystem. And in addition, when it comes to actually building the product, things get a little more lucrative. So you can get up to 50% of your total project cost covered by AWS. So if you have a net new product you want to push to production and you want Zeb to help you build it, 50% of that can be covered right off the jump. And then because we're generative AI competency partners, we get the most lucrative funding here, option C, which is available for everyone that works with Zeb, where we can claim up to $100,000 in funding for generative AI workloads that make their way to production. And this isn't just an up to as in like, you're never actually going to get it. This is actually numbers that we've got on behalf of the businesses we've worked with. We've claimed the maximum amount in many of these because of the business case we're able to make in several instances. And so I'll kick it over to Sid to talk through some of the use cases. In fact, I think all of these use cases, Sid, were sponsored or co-funded by AWS. And so keep that in mind as we walk through them.